2 Kings 5, 1-27. Devotional focus verse. And she said unto her mistress, Would God my Lord were with the prophet that is in Samaria, for he would recover him of his leprosy. 2 Kings 5, 3. Agnes Clasper was saved in 1911 when she was in her early teens and living in Scotland. Later, she married, and she and her husband had a little girl who was diagnosed with tuberculosis. Agnes said, We spent a fortune to try to get healing for our little one. Climates failed, medicine failed. 9 physicians in Scotland had failed. The child was given up to die by the doctors. Many times when Agnes was on the way to the doctor's office, she would look up into the heavens and say, Jesus, I know if you were on earth, you would heal my child. Agnes had a desire to come to America. Their family said they would bury their child at sea, but God brought them over 7,000 miles to Portland, Oregon. They contacted the best specialist in the city, and he treated the girl, but still she did not get well. Then one day, Agnes met a godly woman and shared the story of her daughter. This woman said, If you had only known to have brought her down to the Apostolic Faith Mission on Burnside Street, our people would have prayed, and God would have healed your child. When Agnes went to a service, God whispered to her soul, These are the people you have prayed so long for. She heard that there is power in the blood of Jesus to heal all manner of diseases, and she promised to trust in that healing power. From that moment, the child began to improve, and God completely healed her body. The girl never had another trace of the disease and lived to marry and become a mother and later a grandmother. If only. Another young lady centuries before had spoken those words to the wife of Naaman the Syrian, who was a leper. Both the maid captive in Naaman's house and the woman who Agnes Clasper met had confidence that God would heal. What marvelous faith and assurance! And both of these women used their confidence in God to reach out to others. All around us are people who need the touch of God. Do we have that same confidence in our hearts so we can share the good news of what God can do for them? God is the same today, and if we are serving Him, we can say with assurance that He can forgive sins, change hearts, and heal sick bodies. Background information. Syria, the country northeast of Israel, commonly raided areas to the south and frequently took home captives. Ben-Hadad was Syria's king, and Naaman the captain of the army. Naaman was a great warrior, and he was honored by his king and also the Syrian people. Leprosy was a skin disease that took various forms. At its worst, it mutilated a person's body and could be fatal. In Bible times, no cure was known for leprosy. Some forms of the disease were contagious, and lepers in Israel were immediately removed from society. Syria's laws did not quarantine victims, but the disease eventually would have rendered Naaman helpless and shortened his life. Little is known about the maid who spoke the life-changing words recorded in today's text. She was a captive from Israel. She served Naaman's wife. She showed concern, and she had enough faith in God and Elisha to say confidently that healing was possible. Jehoram, king of Israel, was astounded when Naaman arrived in Israel with a letter from Ben-Hadad requesting healing for his warrior. The gift accompanying the request was large. The silver and gold were probably worth over $2 million in today's money, plus the 10 sets of clothing. Although healing was impossible by man's ability, God used Elisha to perform a miracle that illustrated God's power to both the Syrians and also the Israelites. Naaman nearly lost his opportunity to be healed because of his outrage over what he was told to do. The Abana River is called the Barada today, and it flows through Damascus. Bible scholars are unsure where the Pharpar was. It may have been the Nar Tara, a tributary of the Barada, or a river about 10 miles southwest of Damascus. In contrast to those, the Jordan was muddy and small. Naaman was proud and expected to be treated in a way he thought was appropriate to his position. Following Elisha's directions required humility and obedience. Yet he was willing to listen to the entreaty and wisdom of his servants. Not only Naaman's skin was changed when he dipped in the Jordan, his heart was changed also. He recognized God as the only true God and wanted to take home some earth from the land of Israel to worship upon. Naaman knew that occasionally matters of state would necessitate that he assist his king in the temple of Rimmon, but he purposed to worship only God. Elisha's refusal of Naaman's gifts indicated that miracles could not be acquired with money. Yet Gehazi weakened that concept when he ran after Naaman, lied about a need, and took money. Consequently, Naaman's leprosy came upon Gehazi. Conclusion: resolve today to have boldness and faith to declare to those in need the great power God has to make a difference in their lives.
Chapter 5. Now Naaman, captain of the host of the king of Syria, was a great man with his master, and honorable, because by him the Lord had given deliverance unto Syria. He was also a mighty man in valor, but he was a leper. And the Syrians had gone out by companies, and had brought away captive out of the land of Israel a little maid, and she waited on Naaman's wife. And she said unto her mistress, Would God my Lord were with the prophet that is in Samaria, for he would recover him of his leprosy. And one went in, and told his lord, saying, Thus and thus said the maid that is of the land of Israel. And the king of Syria said, Go, and I will send a letter unto the king of Israel. And he departed, and took with him 10 talents of silver, and 6,000 pieces of gold, and 10 changes of raiment. And he brought the letter to the king of Israel, saying, Now when this letter is come unto thee, behold, I have therewith sent Naaman my servant to thee, that thou mayest recover him of his leprosy. And it came to pass, when the king of Israel had read the letter, that he rent his clothes, and said, Am I God, to kill and to make alive, that this man doth send unto me to recover a man of his leprosy? Wherefore consider, I pray you, and see how he seeketh a quarrel against me. And it was so, when Elisha the man of God had heard that the king of Israel had rent his clothes, that he sent to the king, saying, Wherefore hast thou rent thy clothes? Let him come now to me, and he shall know that there is a prophet in Israel. So Naaman came with his horses and with his chariot, and stood at the door of the house of Elisha. And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, Go and wash in Jordan 7 times, and thy flesh shall come again to thee, and thou shalt be clean. But Naaman was wroth, and went away, and said, Behold, I thought he will surely come out to me, and stand and call on the name of the Lord his God, and strike his hand over the place, and recover the leper. Are not Abana and Pharpar, rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? May I not wash in them, and be clean? So he turned and went away in a rage. And his servants came near, and spake unto him, and said, My father, if the prophet had bid thee do some great thing, wouldest thou not have done it? How much rather then, when he saith to thee, Wash, and be clean? Then went he down, and dipped himself 7 times in Jordan, according to the saying of the man of God. And his flesh came again like unto the flesh of a little child, and he was clean. And he returned to the man of God, he and all his company, and came and stood before him, and he said, Behold now, I know that there is no God in all the earth but in Israel. Now therefore, I pray thee, take a blessing of thy servant. But he said, As the Lord liveth, before whom I stand, I will receive none. And he urged him to take it, but he refused. And Naaman said, Shall there not then, I pray thee, be given to thy servant 2 mules' burden of earth? For thy servant will henceforth offer neither burnt offering nor sacrifice unto other gods, but unto the Lord. In this thing the Lord pardon thy servant, that when my master goeth into the house of Rimmon to worship there, and he leaneth on my hand, and I bow myself in the house of Rimmon, when I bow down myself in the house of Rimmon, the Lord pardon thy servant in this thing. And he said unto him, Go in peace. So he departed from him a little way. But Gehazi, the servant of Elisha the man of God, said, Behold, my master hath spared Naaman this Syrian, in not receiving at his hands that which he brought. But as the Lord liveth, I will run after him, and take somewhat of him. So Gehazi followed after Naaman, and when Naaman saw him running after him, he lighted down from the chariot to meet him, and said, Is all well? And he said, All is well. My master hath sent me, saying, Behold, even now there be come to me from Mount Ephraim 2 young men of the sons of the prophets. Give them, I pray thee, a talent of silver and 2 changes of garments. And Naaman said, Be content, take 2 talents. And he urged him, and bound 2 talents of silver in 2 bags, with 2 changes of garments, and laid them upon 2 of his servants, and they bare them before him. And when he came to the tower, he took them from their hand, and bestowed them in the house, and he let the men go, and they departed. But he went in, and stood before his master. And Elisha said unto him, Whence comest thou, Gehazi? And he said, Thy servant went no whither. And he said unto him, Went not mine heart with thee, when the man turned again from his chariot to meet thee? Is it a time to receive money, and to receive garments, and olive yards, and vineyards, and sheep, and oxen, and menservants, and maidservants? The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee, and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence a leper, as white as snow.